Everybody, join the club. It's the Club World Cup on Footy Prime.
Short and sweet.
It is. It is a short and sweet, but I love it. It is indeed the Club World Cup on Footy Prime. I'm James Sharman. He's Craig Forrest, a mini pod. We'll be bringing these to you every single day. Thanks, JC, who's in the background lurking right now, rolling in what needs to be rolled in. But Craig, we're a game in to the 2025 Club World Cup. Still looking for our first goal, which is okay. I don't mind a good 0-0. And Inter Miami, Ahly yesterday was a good 0-0. Although, as much as there was some great goalkeeping, there was some appalling finishing. And quite honestly, Miami should have been down about 3-0 inside the first half an hour, right?
Oh, yeah, they were just getting pummeled. It was, I don't know if it was surprising or not. I guess the unknowns of the Egyptian side was definitely a part, but a team that was very well organized, attacked the ball really, really well. And then Miami had a goalkeeper with Asteri who just absolutely stood on his head early on. And they were lucky, you're right, to not be down by several goals. Look at the pressing from the Egyptian side was just brilliant, I thought, at times, and causing havoc. Too slow in defense, in my opinion, from Miami. And if it wasn't for that man there, the goalkeeper, he was absolutely on fire.
Yeah, the well-traveled. The well-traveled.
Yeah, well-traveled, yeah. 10 different clubs.
Yeah. Yeah, what is it about old guys nowadays in sports? Be it soccer, we're seeing it right now in the Stanley Cup playoffs. We're seeing these great performances from guys who really should be at the end of their careers. But yeah, great for him. I mean, if you're into Miami, though, aren't you a little bit concerned, Craig? Because man, we knew there's injuries coming into this. We know they haven't been great under Mascherano so far, but this is a big showcase event for them. They're at home. They're playing in a big stadium. 60,000 fans who look great on TV. The whole world's watching what is Lionel Messi nowadays. Mm-hmm. And they come out and okay, much better second half, admittedly. But overall, they're held by a team that no one knows anything about.
Yeah, it looked like Miami didn't know anything about them either. Just too slow. They look slow in defense and don't particularly pick up fast. The speed of the game seems to pass them by a little bit. I don't see Miami going very far in this tournament, and the pressure on Messi to perform and carry this team is more evident than ever before.
He came close though, free kick. Awfully close, yeah. Just wide the post. There's a great worldly attempt late in the match too, just tipped under the bar we saw there. Do you think there's a lot of fans around the world who are slaves to European football, and they don't really watch too much or any MLS, and they're kind of curious, what is Leo Messi nowadays? Is he kind of done? Is he over the hill? Is he past it? Is he a shadow of his former self? And yeah, he probably is, but he's still a really good player. He's still a star. And I think most fans have come away from watching the match yesterday thinking Leo's kind of still got it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, we've seen that. I mean, in games when I watched him live against Vancouver in the CONCACAF championship, he still knows how to get on the ball, find space, and conserve energy at times when he has to, because he can't play all out like he used to be able to. But he still has those moments. And man, oh man, I mean, that place has got 61,000 people in there. I mean, most of them are coming to see the man himself.
Yeah.
We saw that everywhere he goes. Everywhere he goes, that guy just sells out massive stadiums. He's a rock star.
Even those fans wearing red, the Ahly fans, a lot of them were there to see Leo Messi.
Yeah,
I'm sure of it. And like you said, we see it every single week, wherever he's on the road. And it's so frustrating as a fan of the home team, where why aren't you? There's more Messi shirts than there are, for example, Vancouver shirts, TFC shirts. Maybe not quite that many, but there's a lot when you see it. So I think there's a lot of people who are seeing Messi for the first time wearing pink, who are kind of, cluing into this tournament thinking, what is this thing? What is Leo Messi? What is Inter Miami? And with Beckham, star-studded event, saw Roberto Baggio sitting beside Gianni Infantino. Did you see this? There's this at halftime, there was this football legends against I Show Speed, that YouTuber guy in a crossbar challenge. And Alessandro Del Piero won it.
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see it. I'm old. I don't know really who iShow Speed is. I don't really care. I know that he's a football groupie. Seems like he's at all the big events. And there was video of him seeing Lionel Messi 10 feet away. He had this look of awe and like, oh, I'm starstruck.
Yeah, he's brilliant. I gotta say, I like the guy. Like,
Do
I
you?
think I do. The guy's just absolutely everywhere too, and he doesn't turn down a challenge to play 1v1 against somebody,
You're
or
right. I
or
don't.
race somebody, or
You know what? I don't dislike the guy. I don't know anything about him. I just see him showing up at all these events, and I'm quite jealous. That's probably the main reason. But I'm gonna make a concerted effort the next couple of weeks to I'm gonna follow iShow Speed on his various channels. I'm gonna see what he does, and then pass judgment. I can't pass judgment too soon.
he's been around for a
No,
while. You got to get
no, he
on
has
it.
been. Yeah, he has been. But he gets these guys together, right? And just to see, I mean, I got to find the clip of Del Piero doing this because he was one of my favorite players of all time. Back in your era, right? I guess Del Piero was, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Late 90s, early 2000s. So you're probably a little bit older than him. But I didn't recognize Baggio at first. He looks very gray. And the old divine ponytail isn't there anymore. It's long been trimmed. But it was a
Mhm.
good event yesterday. That's what kind of the point I'm making here. FIFA, I think, did a nice job. And don't criticize me for saying FIFA did a good job. I know people will. Just looking from the
Mm.
football standpoint, they know how to throw a big event. Hopefully, the fans come out for the next few matches as well and kind of build this thing. What I did love though, Craig, was I tuned into DAZN and our mate Luke Wildman on the call, which is fantastic. Luke's
He
best in the
gets around,
business,
doesn't
man.
he?
He does. He's got his foot in the door, so to speak, in the States now, doing a lot of American football,
Mhm.
American soccer, and I think Luke's brilliant. So a bit of Canadiana calling the game yesterday, which was really really good to see.
Mhm. And the
So
security issues at the stadium were much better than we saw last summer, which they were concerned with at Copa. Different organization, but there was lots of security around the stadium. They didn't want the same thing that happened with that game that Colombia was involved with. Was it Colombia, Argentina? There was fans got in that didn't have
yeah,
tickets, and
it's
yeah,
disaster,
that's
wasn't it?
not happening anymore.
And I've heard no reports as yet of people being frisked for their papers and their passports.
No,
Those stories might come out, but
yeah,
at the moment, no. One game in. We've got
yeah.
some games
Thank
today
goodness
though.
for that.
Full skid today though, which is interesting. We've got Bayern Munich against Auckland City FC. We'll get to that in a second. PSG
Woo.
European champions, Atletico Madrid. Yes, please. Palmeiras against Porto, and we have Botafogo against the Sounders. So some Americana there. So yeah, Bayern Munich, Auckland City FC. This is as much as PSG Atletico is kind of the one to watch. I think it's fair to say. Bayern
Mhm.
Auckland City FC. There's this amateur team who play in the same city as a team that play in the A League. Auckland, I think it's Auckland FC, isn't it? Are the A League team, and Auckland
Right.
City FC are the amateur team. These are amateurs. All right. They don't get paid for playing football. They have other jobs. There are students there. There are realtors. There are teachers. Apparently, they're allowed a cap of 150 Kiwi dollars a week, which can cover their basics, such as a gym membership. But they don't get paid for playing, these guys. And they're playing Bayern Munich today. If you're Bayern Munich, Craig, you played in preseason games and you're playing for a good Premier League team, right? And you're playing against a low division, not amateurs, I imagine. But if you're Bayern Munich, you're probably not looking forward to this, are you?
Well, you make a point there. Yeah. Well, you certainly don't want to have a bad result, right? But you have to go through the process to get that good result. How tired are they going to be? How how many training sessions they've actually had, Bayern Munich. I mean, I think it eases them into the tournament quite nicely, to be honest with you. But there is that unknown. I never really like playing against teams like that because you're on a hiding to nothing, because you're expected to win and you're supposed to expected to win easily, and it doesn't always happen. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, you're talking about amateurs against multi-million-dollar superstars.
Yeah, Harry Kane. Right? I mean, how many stars on that team? So, I mean, if you're Bayern Munich, what scoreline is the bare minimum here? If you eke one out 3-1, you're going to be criticized, right? It's going to be embarrassing. What's the over under for like respect? Is it 5-0?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a good. I mean, they'll take a 3-1. I'm sure. They'll open up this.
Really?
I
Hamilton's.
don't. I honestly think they'll pot at least 5. But
Right, that's the number then, 5.
yeah,
If I'm Vincent Company and I leave that pitch today and my team hasn't scored 5 goals on amateurs, then I'm quitting on the spot. Enough's enough. No, can't do it. Sorry. Has to be.
yeah.
I'm being really unfair to Auckland City FC, who maybe have some great diamonds in the rough here. Who are going to power New Zealand football to the next level over the coming years. But I don't think so.
I don't think so. But it does add a little bit of spice to the tournament, I think, having teams like that and different ranges of teams. I mean, like we talked about prior to the tournament starting, that if you're going to have the best teams, you're going to have, say, 32 teams. 30 of them are going to be from Europe and South America.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So this is good not only because of the theater of it, but also growing the game and opportunities for like this Egyptian side who just crushes it in Egypt and in Africa. They get the opportunity to do it against opposition like this and on this stage. They've done it before. They've been at Club World Cup, but not.
Well, it's like the Sundowns too, right? From South Africa, they just dominate South African football. But how good are they? There's a lot of teams in South Africa who are kind of torn. They want to see these guys get hammered, probably, because they're the big bad giants. At the other spot, you want to learn and grow respect for the league in that area, and you want to see this team hold their own, right? So,
I mean, they develop good players down there. There's no question about it. But I mean, those types of clubs, whether you like it or not, they're not going to turn down these big transfers. So when players do get developed, they end up moving to where the money is, and that's Europe primarily. And the best Brazilians, the best Argentinian players, they're all playing in Europe, right?
They're there. Yeah. We might see a couple of young players right now in this tournament for the River Plates, the Boca Juniors.
Yeah,
but they'll be in Europe. Those players will be in Europe very soon as well.
Yeah, and those clubs know that too. When these players come through, they're just like, yeah, we might get him for his service for another couple of years before he makes a move to Europe. If we're lucky, they know the deal.
Hence the term buy a sell-on clause in all these contracts. Yeah, we'll sell you to Chelsea, but we're putting a big old heavy sell-on clause when you make money on that player in a few years' time. So, listen, like I say, 1 game in, no goals yet, but a pretty compelling watch. And they look good on TV with the crowds. Let's find out what happens today. 4 matches today, and you can watch every FIFA Club World Cup game free on DAZN. Sign up now. Until tomorrow, cheers for watching and listening. Bye.